Welcome back everybody to the weekend show where I'll be doing technical analysis on stock market. So before we get started, please hit that like button and 150 likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to go above and beyond, support the channel, and if you're serious about trading, definitely also check out my link down below in the description for Patreon. With that being said, let's get right into it. So market was slightly down today. And you can see, the market does not care what Trump is saying right now. We do have a president that is actually chickens out on pretty much everything. Pause after pause, delay after delay, and it might just continue that way, guys. That's the unfortunate part about this because last time we saw Trump coming out with that massive list of tariff, right? And then just after a few days, what happened? Pause. Now we went past 90 days, another extension, right? But with that new bill that got just got you know uh, passed, where all that money is going to come from? The only way Trump can get that money, at least some part of it, in the form of tariff. If these tariffs go back into places, especially August 1st, and bond market starts selling off again, you will see pain in the stock market as well. But the question again, do you think Trump is going to walk back? He's going to chicken out and extend even more, another 90 days, and say, hey, we're just talking. We're trying to get a better deal. That something can happen, right? Absolutely. So nobody knows, and I'm not telling you guys that I know what Trump is going to do, but we all know that now market knows we have a chicken in the office. And that's why market does not care whether, he's coming out and saying, well, I'm going to tariff, these countries, I'm going to put 50%, 40% and all that. Market will only care when and whenever he will come out and say no more pause and these tariffs are going into places and I'm not backing off. This is it. This is the final and the real deal, and this is it. We only got like what, two, three, barely three deals out of last 90 days. So why the market going up, right? Well, that is why the market is going up, because market thinks that he's just gonna check it out and then he'll pause or extend, and by then 4 years will run out, and then he cannot serve another term, right? So that is the case, guys. That is the case. Let me know if you think if something else is happening behind the scenes, but I think that is the case right now. That is why you're seeing market does not want to go down. Even today market came back up after going down. Fear and greed index, well, at 75, still at extreme greed. We got stock market that was down. Dow was down 0.63%, nothing big. Nasdaq barely down. S&P barely down. Russell was down 1.38%. 11 sectors. Energy was leading the way on top today. So, a little bit of a risk off move today in the market. But then if you look at my screen, healthcare took a beating, financial took a beating, and even technology here on bottom. And week to date performance right here also, energy was on top. So if energy going up, we got some problems right here in the market, and then inflation will come back, right? Stock market map, what do we have here? Well, despite all that going on in the market, software names took a beating. CRM down big time last 2 days. We got Nvidia kept going up to a brand new all-time high and still at $4 trillion market cap for the first time in the first company. Microsoft going up 0.37%. Amazon Prime Day is still here and it's still up 1.24%. Tesla was finally up today 1.18%. And then we got Google up 1.45%. Meta going down today 1.34%. So, it's pretty much a mix up here in the market. Some stocks are up, some stocks are declining. But majority of the stocks are pretty much flat to slightly down. Nothing big really going on once again in the market, guys. And now let's talk about S&P 500. All right, so S&P 500 was down 0.35%, and you can see Bollinger Band on top still extending, going up straight, and now it's sitting at 633. This week's expected move was, I think, 633, 634. We didn't get there. We pretty much closed right in the middle, and rarely that happens, especially this year. That's a rare case that we closed right in between. But what the market did today is the momentum slowing down. Definitely, the momentum is slowing down, and you're not seeing new buyers at all-time high. I mean, who would want to buy and hold a bag here? Even though if the market decides to go up even more, I don't think this is a good spot to be going long. Now, also, it's not a good spot to be going short blindly. You need to watch and see how the price is doing. And so far, it's just slowly grinding and going higher, guys. That's the case. The 5-day moving average now sitting at 623, and that is where SPY is holding. So that's going to be a key line in the sand for Monday's session. If we break under that level down here at 618, where we held before, also right here you can see, and now we have confluence from this 13-day moving average, so that's going to be another strong support. Only if only that gives up, you're going to see a retest of 613, possibly even 611, previous all-time highs on SPY ETF. To the upside, we're trading into blue skies, so if this thing can hold over this 5-day moving average and we take out this high, we did hit another brand new all-time high this week. That's 626 to 627. The next stop definitely 628, 630. That's the well target on SPY to the upside, and then possibly will slowly grind up all the way up to upper Bollinger Band 633 to 634. And here's my X account. And if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing here on X. It's totally free. And quickly, I want to share some fantastic trade ideas that we took recently. You can see UL that was up yesterday about $13-14. We got puts into UL, and today came out with almost 40% profit on that play. You can see sold half, and then I sold the other half at the end when this thing was down. Neo, we picked up shares on May 28th, and today finally this thing popped, and this one also another winner that paid. GDX calls right here at 51 at 50, and today it was around 53. That's another one that we took profit on. Then we got Google shares that I bought 300 just about a few days ago, and today this thing also went ballistic. So all these trade ideas are available on Patreon, especially if you're serious about trading, guys. Then definitely check out that link down in the description for Patreon. On triple Q, it's slightly down. So this is how pathetic bears are right now. And why? Because if you look at my screen, what happened today, guys? 552 came back and then recovered completely, went back up, and now sitting right on top of the 5-day moving average, 554. So that is your key line in the sand. Only if that gives up, look for 550. And once we get under that level, maybe we get some sort of a deeper pullback into 543 to this 540 range, previous all-time highs. Now to the upside, that 557 breaks is heading back up to 560 to even 565. At least you can see right on my screen, that's how far Bollinger Band already extended right here on this daily time frame. So S&P hitting brand new all-time high. We also got Nasdaq hitting brand new all-time high, but not here. Highest Dow Jones win right here was 448 to 449, but the previous all-time high was 451 to 450, right? So still, I think this has the potential to go back up and hit a brand new all-time high, and possibly we'll see that in next couple sessions. So Dow Jones, why it's not going up? Well, couple stocks that are really getting hammered. One is UNH, which was going up nicely, not last week, the week before. And then the second one, Apple was doing really well and still doing well, but we got a bit of a pullback this week, right? Apple was going really well right out of the gate on Monday, but then pretty much rest of the week, even on Friday, it was just consolidating to slightly pulling back. So once you see these two stocks going up, definitely that's going to help Dow Jones to move higher, possibly back up to all-time highs. So right here, it's not holding that 444 range. So watch out if this thing pulls back down to 441. That's going to be the next stop, and then we have a gap down here 434 to the upside. 444 can hold. It can definitely grind higher up to these highs right here, 449 to 450, and then you're going to see another brand new all-time high on Dow Jones. Only time I would be really concerned if this thing comes back, fills the gap at 434, does not hold, then this breakout would not hold right here, and you'll see more downside here on Dow Jones. On IWM, it's down 1.38%. So this thing spiked all the way up to almost 227 yesterday, which was Thursday. And today we got a bit of a pullback, and it just not that big enough. 1.38%. So it's still, a decent pullback, but I would not call this something that is really concerning. Now, another thing I want to point out here, and let me just take this line here since we're not doing anything with that anymore. Things already broke out to the upside. So, I mean, you can do it like this, or you can even go like this. But I think the best thing to do here is just keep it this way. And you can see this uptrend pretty much continuing. The last touch we have was right here. And now, even if this thing pulls back all the way down to, I said, 219 to 20 and holds this trend line, it can still continue to grind higher. So here on IWM, key level of support to watch, guys, right here, that 219 to 220. Below that, you're going to see a push all the way down to 216, and then this gap comes into play to 11.78. To the upside, there will be now resistance at 222.23 5-day moving average, and if we can clear that, it's heading back up to 227 to even this upper range right here at 230. On VIX, it's up almost 4% on the day, but that does not tell us that market is done and market is going to crash. But this is something to take a note of, because every time you see VIX down here around 15, 16, what happens? We get some sort of a move back up to the upside. It could be 20, 24, 25, even 30, right? So VIX just getting crushed and finally, getting a green day today. So if this thing spikes back up to 18 and breaks over that, it can easily go to 20, and that should bring the market down at least in the short term, for maybe 1 or 2%. Now, if this thing comes back and takes out 16, then it's heading back down to 15 bucks again, and maybe even much, much lower. So VIX is still under 18 and 20. I don't think, this is really a big warning for us that we should get out of the market completely. But again, just to be aware that market is still at an all-time high, and if you're chasing and buying now, and then we get a pullback 5, 6, 7%, who knows, maybe even 3%, you're going to be underwater. So this market is not easy to trade. Especially this week was really bad, and if you made money out of this week's range and the way things are trading, you did really well, because when the market just grinding and going higher or just shopping it around in between like 2 3 bucks, especially when you look at SPY and triple Q, where is the money? Unless you're just scalping for a couple of dollars, there is no big move. We're just going back and forth, ping ponging in between $2 3, and there is no money that you can make out of the these products like SPY and Qs, right? So it's really bad situation right now where you cannot chase even if the market is going higher. You cannot just go and blindly short everything because market is not going down. You don't see that signal where like market broke a critical level, then you should go and start shorting the market. So it's really a situation where you got to be really careful. You got to have your cash just handy. When the opportunity comes, you can go and buy something. So that is my take on the market, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated Monday.